Hi, Suhail.
Hi, can someone please confirm if you guys are able to hear me well? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great. So we'll wait for a minute or so. I'm waiting for others to join, then we can get started. I hope you guys tried the task which I assigned last time in last session. Few of you have shared the screenshot. I checked them. They were good, though it wasn't very difficult one. But still, I would always recommend you to keep on practicing, because we think by looking at that, okay, it's easy, I will understand it, I will be able to answer the questions, but that's not the way it works. Unless you do the practical, you won't understand. Okay, so I got the screenshots and confirmation from few of you, and those were correct, but most of you have not sent anything. So I'm assuming that you guys have done it, though you haven't shared it with me, but I'm presuming you have done it, because I've been telling you guys that uh, only by attending these sessions for 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, it's not helping you much. That's not going to give you a job. If you are really serious about it, if you're looking for a change, a switch, if you are targeting 16, 18, 20 LPA, you need to have that kind of knowledge, and you're getting that knowledge only by doing some practicals. Unless you do the practical, you will not understand what kind of issues do you face. And once you start getting those issues, you will definitely work towards the solution. Either you will Google it, or you will ask me, or you will ask someone, but then you will get an idea, and that is what they ask in the interview. Okay, I'm still waiting for others to join before we start today's topic. Meanwhile, let's finish one more thing which we had to discuss. I hope you guys can see the screen, right? So all of
Yes,
these
sir.
subscriptions have been expired now, except for this one. So I think we have Ramesh in group. So people who want access, few of you can approach to Ramesh. He will assign you access in his subscription. Riaz has one subscription. I am not sure whether he has joined or not. So as of now, let's count this subscription. So let me quickly uh, distribute here. One of these, can you please volunteer to take a subscription? Who can try? Do we have Aksa? Have you joined? Aksa, Nida, Ejaz, Uzaif, Ilyas, anyone from this group? Okay, let it be. Let's do one thing. Ramesh already has a subscription, okay? So let's make it Ramesh subscription. And Ramesh, you give one ID to Iram, and obviously to all of these people. Yes, please approach to him. You can simply, or you can do one thing, Ramesh. You can give access to someone, uh, give owner access on subscription level and global admin on Azure AD, and that person will create uh, these IDs. Anyone wants to volunteer for this, guys? It will be a good practice for you. Aksa, Nida, Ejaz, anyone would like to volunteer for this? Ramesh will assign you these one ID, and you guys will have to create all these IDs.
So I can do that.
Uzaif, are you there in this one? Yes. So, okay,
Yes.
Ramesh, assign Uzaif as an owner access on subscription level and global admin on Azure AD. Then Uzaif, it's your job to create all these IDs. Create Aksa's ID, Nida's ID, Ejaz's ID, Ilyas, Iram, Ghazala, Nazneen, Satish, Neha, Jyotsna. Okay, and
Yes.
make sure you copy and paste their ID here. Mine is already here, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is settled for Ramesh's resource group. We're going to spend some 5-10 minutes here. People are still joining, and this is also important because without this, you won't be able to practice. While uploading the recordings, I will delete this one, so you don't have to go through this again, or I'll maybe put the timestamp. Don't worry. Okay, so I already have one account here in Ramesh's subscription. Ramesh will give you your ID, and he will give you owner access on subscription and group global admin on Azure Active Directory. So you can create all of this. Ramesh, create his account, paste it here, paste his local the first password, the temp password here. Okay, And once you access this Uzef, make sure you delete your password from here. So by that we will know who all has accessed it already. And do the same thing once you start create Aksa's ID, copy the ID here, copy the temporary password. So when she logs in with her temporary password, Aksa, make sure you delete your temporary password from here. Got it, Uzef?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming back to
Sohail, you
moving
said
to this.
owner
Yes.
subscription, owner on subscription also, but previously we were getting only on research group.
That is just for Uzef. So Uzef can give you all the accesses, can create your resource group, and he'll give you owner access
Okay,
only on resource group. If Ramesh
okay,
wants to do it, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. If Ramesh wants to do it, but it will be too much for one person to do it. Hence, I'm dividing the work. Whoever wants to practice and do this, I'm happy with it. There is no technical dependency here. It is just looking at these numbers. Look at this. How many? And it's a good practice. But I know Ramesh has is already working on this and he doesn't need practice on this one. Hence, I'm assigning this, delegating it to someone, and it will be good
okay, got it.
practice for Uzef. So Uzef, when you create these users, right? Nida, Ejaz, Iram, Ghazala, these users, do not assign them owner access on subscription. Assign them owner access on resource group level.
Yes.
You are
And
getting
reader
access
on the
on.
subscription.
Yes, right. Yes, same thing which we did last time. Exactly same thing we are doing. Just your
Yes, sir.
subscriptions have been expired, hence we are doing it again. Okay, from
Mm-hmm.
this one, can I get a volunteer who can take a subscription from this one? Do we have Fateh Naz, Zareen, Shweta, Anisa, Rahul, Sahil, Faisal? I don't think so. We have Faisal here. Zoeb or Sonam. Can one of you please take a subscription? Can someone volunteer for this?
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
Who's that? Rahul. Okay, so I'll
Rahul, yeah.
change this to your name then. So this will be your subscription then, Rahul. People are still joining, guys, hence we are discussing this. So I'm not writing your name because if you take the subscription, you'll obviously have your own ID, right? So Rahul, once you create it, if you want to delegate it to someone, do that. Give him or her access, and that person can help you with half of the IDs. If not, if you want to complete do the practice completely, create all these users in Azure Active Directory. For me, assign owner level access at subscription and global admin at AD level. Because if I don't have owner access on subscription level, I won't be able to go ahead and make some changes in every resource group. Right? I hope you understand that.
Sure, yep.
Right, so assign it to me, and if any one of you is ready to help Rahul in creating user IDs and resource groups, could someone please volunteer himself or herself?
I
Who
want
would
to
like to
try.
do? Who's that? Zareen.
That, yes,
Okay. No, Zareen, you are, I think, are you in this resource group? Sorry, this subscription. Here it is. Yes. So
yes,
Rahul, this ID, to this ID also you provide owner access and global admin.
Sure.
Okay, and then she will help you with further IDs.
Okay.
So you got it right, Zarin, how to do it?
yes, yes, I'll try.
Okay, and once
If
you guys start creating the ID, type their IDs here, paste their IDs and password here.
yes,
Sure.
And guys, once you start accessing this, make sure you delete your password from here. Though that's a temporary password, but still delete it so I'm able to know who's utilizing it. Okay, now talking about this third one. So I told you Riaz already got another subscription, but I'm not sure if his is there or not. He's gonna assign these accesses or not.
No, I'm there as well. I have a owner access in Tabriz subscription, so I'll make sure
But
I'll,
that no, that one has lesser balance. So leave that. You can practice. Maybe you can add 2-3 people there separately. We'll require one more subscription. We have enough people, and we have multiple uh, practicals now in upcoming days. So I will require one volunteer from this subscription, please.
I will do. So,
Who's that? Nirmal. So
Nirmal, yeah.
Nirmal, this will be then your subscription. Same thing, Nirmal, you create all these accounts, type their accounts here, then their temporary password, you create my account, give me owner and this access, and instead of your, I'll change this Riaz's name, though he has already one, but this subscription has very less balance, which is about to finish. Here, I need one volunteer here to help Nirmal, except for Riaz. Riaz already has one here. You can practice here. So who from this resource, from this subscription would like to volunteer? Stuti, would you like to do that?
Yes, Sohail.
Okay. So when you're creating an account for Stuti, you assign her owner access on subscription level and global admin on your Azure AD. So she will be able to create, and make sure you do not duplicate the work, coordinate between each other, or at least once you create something, write that ID and password so the next person will know that this has been done already. Okay, maybe owner can start from here, and the other person whoever is helping can start from bottom, and make sure you start copy and pasting their IDs so you don't overlap each other. And you can check. Okay, is someone playing with this sheet? I have told you guys not to open this sheet when we are in this class. Now see, if I save my copy, whatever you guys have done, it will be overridden, but I'll have to do that now. Okay, so this is clear to everyone now. Can we go ahead now?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So guys, any questions, any doubt in whatever we have done last time? Last time we discussed availability zone, availability set. I gave some questions. I'm putting some questions on my YouTube channel also. So any doubts do you guys have? Any questions do you guys have? Today we are going to discuss VMSS, which is virtual machine scale set. It is good for high availability also, and in a way it works as a load balancer also. We are going to see that in detail, don't worry. But before we go ahead, do you guys have any questions? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions? Or can I start asking these questions? Will you be able to answer?
Hi, Swell.
Yes.
Actually, not related to this, but can you please add me to like someone's subscription because I'm joining from today.
Mustaqim.
Yes.
Right? Thank you for raising Mustaqim. Let me. So this one has already enough member. Rahul, you add Mustaqim's ID here.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, guys, any questions, any doubt, please do ask before we proceed. Someone is trying to join with a laptop name, I guess, CCO52P15. If anyone of you know the person, let me know. I can allow that person. Yes, guys, any doubt, any questions here in availability set, availability zone, whatever we discuss? We discuss virtual machine password reset. We discussed logs, whatever. I mean, not only in previous session, any doubt on these topics before we proceed? It should not happen that we are discussing today's topic, you're okay with it, and then if I ask you something from first session, you don't know that. That should not be the case. By the way, few of the members from this batch, they have already started giving interviews, though it's not advisable, but yes, you can give it a try. So any doubt, any questions do you guys have? I asked you twice, thrice, maybe more than thrice. If I'm not getting any questions, I'm presuming it's all clear to you, and then we can go ahead with the next topic. Okay, so the next topic, guys, is virtual machine scale set. Can anyone tell me what is a virtual machine scale set is? I have not covered this, just asking by reading it, what do you understand? Or do you have any idea what could be a virtual machine scale set? What is scaling? Scaling, it's a dictionary word. What do you understand by scaling? Before I go to that page on OneNote, anyone would like to try?
It would be increasing or decreasing the
virtual machines.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. So virtual machine scale set, before we understand that, let's understand two terms. First, let's understand first term, which is scaling. What is scaling? So scaling, it's nothing, guys. Scalability means that it is flexible. You can increase it or you can decrease it. You can maybe increase by the numbers or increase by the size or configuration. Both are scaling. Okay. It could be higher, it could be lower. Overall, it is called scaling. This is very scalable item. Okay, it could be any item. For example, you can say a machine, a virtual machine, where you can change the size of the machine. That is scalable. Okay, anything which can be scalable, which can be reduced or which can be increased, that is scalable. For example, your plan on Netflix, it is scalable. You take something, you use that for a month. If you don't like, next month maybe you can take for the 4 screen, or you can just go back to mobile only screen. That is scalable. But in Netflix we have a deadlock, a hard lock of 1 month. In Azure, it's nothing like that. In Azure, you can change it very frequently whenever you want. That is your scaling. Scaling, it's a basic word. It has nothing to do with cloud. In scaling, which means it can be, it is flexible. Okay. So in scaling, now talking about specific to Azure, we have two options. One is scale up and one is scale out. Scale up, it's done mostly manually. What you do for a machine resize, that is your scale up. Okay, whenever you do a machine resize, that is your scale up. And scale out, it's when you increase the number of machine. This again can be done manually, and this can be achieved with automation also. So when you do that using automation or Azure's native service, that is called VMSS, virtual machine scale set. So when do we use that? How do we use that? I am going to explain. But as of now, are these terms clear to you? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe are
Yes.
these terms clear to you,
Yes.
to everyone? What is scale up? What is scale out? Scale up is something, for example, I have a machine. Now let's not take irrelevant examples. We'll narrow it down to Azure. We'll start narrowing it down to Azure. Let me open Paint. This is my machine. Size BS1 XYZ, whatever the size name is. We all know how to check size name, how to select size name. Okay, so whatever the name is of the size, it has one virtual CPU, it has 4 GB RAM, and it has 500 GB hard disk. Okay, this is the size of my machine. It's my website is running on it. It's fine, everything looks fine. But now I have realized slowly my members are increasing, my subscribers are increasing, the traffic on my website is increasing. Initially I was getting only 100 hits in a day. Now I am getting 500 hits in a day on my website. So do you think the same capacity will work? Obviously there will be some slowness, and there will a time will come where it will crash. So to avoid that, what am I doing? It's not that crucial application. Okay, maybe in daytime people are using it. I have observed that midnight after 10 p.m. to morning 6 p.m. Morning 6 a.m. no one is using it, it's empty. So I do have sufficient time available. Okay, so what I can do, I can scale up this machine. Now scale up, I told you very clearly. How do you scale up?
By increasing the size of the machine.
Simple. You increase the
Adding
size
bigger
of the
resources.
machine. Yes. As in we don't have any option to add RAM. We can add disk, but using the same size of the machine and adding RAM and CPU not possible. So in Azure, we have alternate way, which is increasing the size of the machine or changing the size. Now we have taken the next size of the machine, which is 4 virtual CPU, 16 GB of RAM, and 2000 GB or 2 TB, whatever you call it, of hard disk. Now this is sufficient enough for me for 1 year. But to resize the machine, will it be a transparent option, or will there be any downtime?
will be a downtime because when we are resizing the machine, we have to make sure that we are doing a downtime, and then we are saving, allocating the resizing the machine, virtual machine.
In short, we require a downtime because machine will get restarted. Even if we want to, if we
Correct.
don't want to, machine will get restarted. So we require downtime. So here, this application, the one which I'm talking about, I'm happy because it's okay. I have seen that after 10 p.m. till morning, next morning, I do not have any traffic. I do have that liberty. I can go ahead, I can resize the machine. I will monitor it for 15 days. And if I want to, I will redo it or something. I'll do that, right? Something like that I'll do. But for an application which is running continuously, do you think it's possible for me to have a reboot? I mean, if it's a crucial case, yes, you can, but it is impacting your business, which I do not want to do that. So there are applications where you do not want any reboot. So what can be done in that case? So what can be done in that case is, instead of using scale up, we will be using scale out. So let's see how that is done. Scale out is very simple thing. This is scale up, where you are increasing the configuration of the machine. This is your scale up. They do ask this in an interview, guys. Okay, so make sure you understand it very well. This is scale up. The one which we are going to look at now, this is scale out. Now in scale out, I have a machine. My website is running, everything is fine. This is the configuration. It's running fine. But now I think I have to increase the capacity, but I don't want to shut it down. What I can do, instead of increasing the capacity of this machine, instead of making it 4 GB, 4 CPU, 16 GB, what will I have? What will I do? I will have 2 more machines. That machine is running, it's fine. I will add maybe 3 more machines just to match this one. What will I do? I'll add 3 more machines, and with this configuration. Now, ultimately for one application, I got 4 machines. Ultimately, how many CPUs I have? 4 CPUs. How many RAM I have? 16 GB RAM. And I got 2 TB of hard disk. Did I achieve the same thing and without rebooting? Is it clear till here? Don't worry about the data sync and etc. That is a
Yes.
different thing.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear what is scale
Yes.
up and scale out? Okay. In this one, there is one more redundancy feature you can give when you are creating multiple machines. Either you can have all these machines on different availability, different racks, because you will have all of them in availability set. So for one application, my machine is going in different availability, in one availability set, but different racks. So you are getting durability also and scalability also, and you're getting redundancy also for one machine, just because you're using scale out feature. How to do that, how to achieve that, we are going to see that. Okay. So this is the benefit of scale out. For scale up, you have to reboot the machine. For scale out, you don't have to reboot the machine. You simply have to create a machine and join it to the same application. Is it clear till here?
Yeah.
Now look at the more limitations of scale up. Now this is very simple scenario where I was talking about that I'm monitoring my traffic, and I come to know that it is increasing gradually, slowly. But what if there is a sudden raise, or there's a sudden hike in my traffic, or maybe I know that my application throughout the day, it gets hit of 100 users per hour, but there is a certain time there I get 500 users per hour. So do you think this is feasible to create? By the way, which application comes to your mind if I give you an example like this, that throughout the day I get 1,000 users every hour, and particular 2 hours in a day where I get 10,000 users?
IRCTC.
IRCTC, correct. Why? Because normal time they are booking their tickets, people are booking their tickets, but from morning 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. they have a window of Tatkal tickets. So for Tatkal ticket, extra people will come. Normal traffic will be there, but for Tatkal, extra customers will log in and they will come and they will also try to book tickets. So you're getting extra traffic over there. This is related to time. Uh, can you give me more examples where you specifically know from this date to this date, I will have huge traffic? What could that be? Can you give me an example? Like IRCTC, perfect. Amazon,
Sir, like
Flipkart. It could be
India
anything.
was Pakistan match.
Yes, it could be anything where you specifically know that in this particular time window, that my traffic will increase. Amazon could be Amazon Prime sale, uh, Independence Day sale, Flipkart could be Big Billion Days sale. They know the specific dates. So there it is possible that, okay, I can go ahead and create it. But when on daily basis, it will be very difficult. Okay. And another scenario where you do not know at all, suddenly your traffic spikes and you have four machines, and now all of these four machines are being overutilized. Then what? Let's say you have four machines and overall uses of this four machine, that is also crossing, and your RAM is being used, the memory, it is being used 80% and above. Your CPUs are being used. You have total 4 CPU. So you all of 4 CPUs, the average of those 4 CPUs utilization is being 90% and above, which clearly indicates your application is just about to crash. If this happens, your application is about to crash. So you will get your immediately you will start getting emails and notification that this is what is happening or with your application, your servers are being overutilized. So here you can go and start creating a server. But now you guys have been dealing with servers. How much time it takes to create a server?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Now this is very easy, hence it takes 10 minutes, because we do not do any post build task on servers. But when you go to live environment, after creating the server, you have to add that server to domain, you have to turn on the firewall, you have to make some changes, open some port, close some ports, make some rules, add it to domain, etc. So overall it takes an hour or maybe 2 hours for one server to be built. So now do you think it is feasible to spend 2 hours when I'm getting traffic now and I start creating a machine and add it to this machine after 2 hours? Do you think that's a sensible decision from business point of view?
No, we have to make sure that we are doing before the
But before I
downtime.
don't want to, why would I pay? Why would I pay, right? Before, if I create, I'm paying extra. I don't want to do that also. And on this other scenario, scale up. Scale up, it's easy. Machine is already there. I just have to resize the machine, right? It won't take 2 hours. It will hardly take 15 minutes for a reboot. But do you think that is also a wise decision where 10,000 users are connected to my application, and for resizing, I reboot my application? Forget the extra 200, what 10,000 I had, I will lose them also already. Because if my reboot my system, my application will stop, and for 15 minutes, they will not be able to use my application and they will order their stuff from somewhere else. Is it clear, guys, that why these are not feasible in this manner what we are discussing? Is it clear till now?
Yes.
Okay. So to tackle all these, what we have from Azure is virtual machine scale set. Now, what does it do? Virtual machine scale set. Look at this. First, let's check the definition. Is it visible? Do you want me to zoom it in?
Yeah,
Is it
please.
readable? Okay. So it says that it helps you. Virtual machine scale set helps you in what? It helps you to increase or decrease the number of machines automatically. Okay. Horizontal scaling, it's again scale out. When I say horizontal, it's scale out. Good, it is here. It is called vertical scale. When they say scale up or vertical scale, it's same thing. or when they say scale out or horizontal scaling, it's the same thing. Remember this, write it down if you guys want. Okay, but they do ask this in question. If they are talking about scale up, or if they tell you, tell me the difference between horizontal and vertical scaling. So it is scale up and scale out. If they tell you what is scale up, scale out, it's the same thing. If they tell you, do we require a downtime in horizontal scaling? So you should remember this. This is your horizontal scaling, scale up, where you resize the machine, increase the size of the machine and reboot is needed. Scale out, increasing the numbers, which is also known as horizontal scaling. Okay, I will write it here. So you all have access to this OneNote. Still, if you want to make a note of it, do it. Okay, so what does it do? Your virtual machine scale set, it helps you to increase or decrease, because understand this spike, whatever is coming, it's not there permanent, right? So you don't want to create multiple machines and just leave them. You want to delete also. Otherwise, you will keep on paying charges for that. So what does it do? Virtual machine scale set, it helps you to increase or decrease machine numbers automatically. It does the horizontal scale up in response to demand or identified schedule. Did you guys understand this sentence? Anyone would like to elaborate this? If not, I will do that.
Defined schedule we can define as whenever there is a whenever there is a spike in the hits of the customer who are getting logged into that particular server. At that particular time, it automatically will increase the size of the virtual machine, and it will make sure that there should not be any glitch when the customers are trying to get in or watching any kind of stuffs, like for example cricket, when there are lots and lots of
That's
customers
the
are.
answer is correct. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but session is about to finish, so I wanted to get this into recording. Answer is partially correct. Will it resize the machine? Are we talking about resizing? Why would it resize the machine? Which scaling are we discussing here? Which
So it will
VMSS?
increase or decrease only according to the scale out manner.
But
So
it
what
will
do you
increase
mean
the
by scale out?
It will.
What do you mean by
CPU
scale
or
out?
So,
Like
Will it
add
will it
will
more
only
resize?
expand.
it will add more virtual machine according to
Yes.
the need.
Yes, guys. Do not say resize. Resize is a complete different thing. The moment you say resize, there is a reboot, which I do not want. Imagine you're watching India versus Pakistan and your Hotstar reboots their server for 15 minutes. Forget you. They are going to lose the ad revenue for crores, and those company will sue them. Right? So that's not possible to do the resize. They will always deal in horizontal. Okay. So yes, answer is correct. One is you can define the schedule. And what about this word? In response to demand, what does it mean? How do you define demand? How would your computer know demand?
So when more traffic hits, that time the demand will be increased.
or the CPU utilization increases or the memory increases.
Yes, both answers are correct, but Siddharth's answer it's to the point. If traffic is increasing or not, that your server will not be able to check. That your virtual machine skill set is not able to. It will not be able to check. But what it will be able to check, the utilization, the percentage of the utilization. Even if the traffic is less, though it won't happen unless someone is doing it purposely, which we are going to do to check the practical. Okay, unless the traffic is not that much, but if the utilization of your RAM it's going 80% and above, or the CPU which is going 90% and above, the average of it, then it will create another machine for you. And this 90 and 80, I'm just telling you, we can decide these numbers. So this is your demand. Don't worry, we are going to learn this in detail. This is just to make you understand what is the demand. What does it mean that when it says against demand or response to the demand? Is it clear to everyone now? Defined schedule and demand. Anyone has any doubt?
Yes.
So scale set is either increase or decrease automatically, horizontal, in response to demand, or schedule. These 5 keywords make a sentence. You should be good to go with this question. It either increases or decreases the machine. This is one feature. How does it do it? Automatically. This is very crucial. If it has to done manually, then yeah, why do I need virtual machine scale set? Okay. Then it does it horizontally. It doesn't scale up the machine. We do not require the downtime for this. Okay. And how would it do it? Will it do it? Will it decide it for himself? No. It will do it in response to either demand or a defined schedule. This is how I'm breaking this for you guys. Is it clear? Did you guys understand it well?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so only 1 minute is left. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, or we'll stop this session. We'll take a break of 5 minutes because I have to wait for this recording to get converted to a certain to a specific format, and then it doesn't allow me to have a new session. So we'll take a break of 5 minutes. See you guys at 14:45 using the same link. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you in few minutes. And 14:45. Use the same link to join.